2020 Democrat race is off with a bang, and many presidential hopefuls are presenting their new strategies for U.S. energy policy. But are they missing the bigger picture? One America's Jack Posobiec sits down with an expert who explains why the Democrats are disconnected from the facts. Take a look.
All right, we're sitting down here again with Daniel Turner, the Executive Director of Power the Future. Now, Daniel, we've just really started embarking on the beginning of the 2020 season, believe it or not, the presidential campaign. And there's so many Democrat contenders, I can't even keep track of how many are out there. Tell me, where do you see them coming down in terms of their energy policy?
Yeah, so far, everyone running for president on the Democrat side has embraced really radical climate proposals, climate change, Green New Deal, etc. But America, for the first time, is the world's largest oil producer, and we are becoming a net exporter. And before the presidential election, by the end of this year, we will be 100% energy independent. President Trump at his State of the Union said we are in a revolution of American energy. So it doesn't seem to make any sense that if you're running for president, you would want to roll back this great success that we're having.
Now, what are the facts in terms of that? Because they're talking about how we need to move to renewable energy. We need to get away from the ways that have been done in the past. But it seems like they're almost operating from like a 1970s, 1980s model, as opposed to what's actually going on the ground today in the markets.
Yeah, exactly. And there are millions of people in this country who work in the energy space. So anytime they say, look, we will create all these jobs, well, we are creating these jobs in oil and gas and coal and in nuclear and in the fossil fuel industry and in pipelines. So they're projecting ideas that don't necessarily materialize, that haven't come into fruition, when we have right now an energy industry that is so robust, that is creating jobs, creating wealth, but it also lowers the cost of all goods, because everything we grow, everything we ship, all requires energy, and the cheaper that energy is, the cheaper the products become. Why would we want to roll this back? It doesn't make any sense that this is a platform, but all of them across the board are embracing this platform.
We're actually seeing now for the first time that America is getting into the world markets in terms of trade as being a major player and perhaps the dominant player in world trade for energy.
Yeah, and a little piece that got very little recognition, the Qataris pulled out of OPEC not too long ago because they realized that the OPEC cartel, to call it bluntly, is losing its power, because America and our Canadian friends to the north, will give them credit, our two countries are beginning to dominate the world oil markets, so much so that OPEC becomes useless. Venezuela is down about 600,000 barrels a day in the world oil market because of their unrest there, and it's not even a blip on the radar because we are producing so much oil that we're able to make up for this huge loss, whereas 10 years ago that would have been catastrophic. So America is dominating the oil market.
Daniel Turner, thank you so much for helping us to break all that down.
Thanks
and
for
explaining just the craziness that's out there.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.